Hello everyone, Micah here. Thank you for joining me today on Monday meditation, and today it's going to be a message meditation. Um, I went to pull a card for Intuitive Flow Friday, and 7 fell out, and I was guided to sit with these cards for the last few days. I currently have labradorite, blue agate, blue lace agate, um, selenite, Lemurian quartz, and indigo kyanite energy, kind of like moving in the moving, if you will. Uh, let's just say the energy is top today. You could cut it with butter. Mars in retrograde is really pulling out that, not Mars in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde is really pulling out that inner child, right? That ego, the personality, and kind of allowing the light to cast on that shadow so we can kind of face certain aspects of ourselves. And this is kind of the energy right now, especially going into the end of the retrograde, sitting on the cusp of a full moon. The energy is just really powerful right now. And each of these cards has a powerful message that can kind of be taken further. So that's the point of this message meditation. You can tell I have music on because the airwaves are intense, and so it's kind of a way to help me focus. So the first card out is Fall Into My Arms, and it says surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. So this card, I mean, just this card alone, if you look at the artwork, like you have I kind of see it as like the divine masculine and the divine feminine up here, right? Kind of like unify and saying fall into yourself, like fall into your own arms, fall into your inner sanctuary, and allow that divine mother energy that is within you to kind of come forward and nurture and nourish yourself. Um, and however that comes about, don't be afraid to surrender into a more vulnerable position and kind of like pull back on that, on aggression and anger, right? It's interesting, right? Another card that came out was the Great Serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love, right? So this was another card that came out. And I mean, if you look at these two cards, they're like opposites. So there's a lot of twos coming up. Actually, I just whoa, okay, yeah. Taking a step further and looking at these cards a little deeper. You learn something every moment that you sit with them. So yeah, so Mars is uninhibited right now in our atmosphere. So there's a lot of really intense energy that's hitting us there. Kind of, I guess the way that I see it is like Mother Earth is creating a gravitational force field, or like a centripetal force, kind of going up and down, allowing this Mars energy to come in as Mercury continues its path retrograde, to allow for this magnet of inner work to be kind of like pulled out. So full moons typically kind of harness power of whatever the intention was set for the new moon. So this new moon and this full moon, the last new moon and this full moon kind of like go hand in hand together. So whatever your intention was that you set then, it's kind of like coming to fruition now, and the energy behind that is kind of pushing you forward into more of alignment with your higher self. So right now is probably feeling very turbulent, very tumultuous for yourself, especially inside. You probably feel like your masculine and your feminine are literally at war with themselves within. That's not uncommon to feel during the ascension process or during a spiritual awakening. We're waking up and we're coming here. The next card on the top is a double mission. we're coming here to remember our mission, that we're like light workers, star seeds. We're here serving a purpose, and we're meant to be ourselves, and that's how we serve the world. And s- removing anger and kind of stepping back into a neutral place and softening to love. Like, our society is patriarchal. It has a rigid business goal oriented mindset, and so when we really start trying to pull back time, we trying to start pull back that veil, we can start to see that, like, there's infinitely so much going on at every single moment, that we can feel overstimulated, or we can feel like the world is crashing around us because we don't have control of the things that we genuinely feel we need or should have control over. And so, like, we just have to remember that we're on a deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Like, what really does Mercury retrograde like tell us? What does it bring to light? Like, this is something that happens every so often, every year, and that's because ascension is a cycle, and ascension is the purpose for us is to really kind of like allow the light to come in and show us, like, where can we grow, where can we change, where can we open up and be better, not only for ourselves but for everyone else around us. um, and it's really interesting that the Arcturus energy came through, and then you have the Pleiadian energy coming through, like big picture thinking, right? um, this card really is a reminder for all of us, anybody watching this video, that, like, you're here to change the world, and the way that you think and the way that you perceive the world is so drastically different than everyone else out there. Like, if you are watching this video, you're different. You're a star seed, you're a light worker, you're a grid worker, you're a shaman of some sort. Like, you're different. You are put here on earth to plant seeds, to shed light, to water other people's roots, and to water your own roots, and allow that to come to fruition, allow that to grow and flourish and bloom. And why do you think we have seasons? We have seasons so we can continuously grow. As long as we are here on earth, we can shed our skin, we can shed our um, hardened exterior that we have. Like, we we have these protections for a reason, but we also can be fluid with them as well, and we can soften and open up to our heart. um, so yeah, it's just really interesting, because, like, the last two cards are Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning, right? So it kind of goes hand in hand with this. And then you have Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Like, these three cards go go beautifully together, because, like, the Arcturian energy is here kind of reminding us, like, hey, like, we're here to heal, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve, but we're also here to create something new, to build a solid foundation um, with our higher selves, with our soul, with a vibration that is here on earth, but that is not as present on earth as it should be. And I think that, I mean, really goes with everything that's kind of going on energetically. Is like, how can you be more present in life? How can you bring more light to where you're at? And I don't mean like right here, right? I'm making this video to shed more light, to connect with more people, but what can you do in the area you live in to shed more light? How can you interact with other people in a higher way, in a higher vibration? And that's what this energy is really trying to get us to see, get us to focus on, is like, hey, if you're on earth, there's something that you can change. There's more evolution for you. This is a universe, this is a school. That's why we're here. We're here to grow, we're here to evolve, we're here to learn. And that can be hard, and a hard pill to swallow for some people, because they don't want to change, they don't want to perceive the world any differently than they already do. And it's not easy to change how you look at the world, it's not easy to change how you feel or believe things are. And in each moment, we are constantly shifting frequencies ever so slightly. It's a rotation. We're going this way and this way and this way and this way, swirling all around us. And so connecting to this deeper spot in ourselves, connecting to our inner temple, connecting to our sovereign energy, connecting to our soul, connecting to Mother Earth, and connecting to Source, and kind of anchoring in that light, and not necessarily trying to rearrange your entire life, right? But rearrange how you think about things and how you interact with certain things. And if you are approaching a situation, or a situation is happening to you and the same thing keeps happening, you can't change the situation, but you can change how you respond to the situation. And the sooner that you change how you respond to the situation, how you process the information, and you see the bigger picture, right? You see the bigger picture. You remember that you're paving a new path, that you're in school, in Earth school, you're healing, you're a light worker, you're here for multiple reasons. You surrender to the healing and the picture that the universe is trying to show you, and you soften to the love that is. Look how beautiful. The cards speak to you like that. And it's not easy. It is not easy. And to be very honest with you, ascension is not gonna get any easier, because you are taking more responsibility for yourself. And taking more responsibility for yourself means taking more responsibility for everything around you. And that is hard. That's a lot of weight to carry if you see it that way. But integrating your shadow, integrating your ego, and understanding that this is who you are, this is a part of you, and that you're not carrying any weight, yet you are creating and moving within the energy to become unified and become one. You realize how symbiotic it really can be, and that atoms collide, atoms crash, molecules, all of like scientific chemical reactions, right? Chemical reactions are natural. Our brain's making them right now. So that happens externally as well. So if your brain's making chemical reactions, your external world's making chemical reactions, and what happens in here comes out here. And so it's falling into this rhythmic flow of ourselves, right? What does the movement of our planets do to you? How do these energies affect you? And I've found that these energies are displayed within our ego, within our shadow, as emotions. And so what we're really trying to do here on Earth is become emotionally balanced and find a natural rhythm to love and within love, because love is a rainbow, it's a spectrum. Love doesn't have definition, it doesn't have boundaries, it doesn't have restrictions. It just exists, and that's how we evolve. And it's holding space is hard, but if you can hold space for yourself within, it makes it easier to hold space without. And that's really something that I find a lot of comfort in, if I'm ever feeling very tumultuous in, is I kind of like I'll go to the Lemurian text of the Lemurian science of immortality. And today Pixie Moons has the angel number is 154. Well, there's only 144 tones of man. However, there is 154 adds up to 10. So the 10th tone, or the 10th joint of man, is finding silence within, without. And Aru by Of the Trees is playing. So it's just kind of like, little things. They add up over time. Uh, okay. I think there's a card in here that they want me to expand on. Okay. So they want me to expand on double mission. I'll probably expand on all of these, to be honest. We'll see. Lightworkers, starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. Collective mission. The collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for light worker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and to step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up, and then lose yourself in doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. So I see why they wanted me to expand on this, because the card right under that was the fall into my arms. So what makes your heart sing? What do you love to do, right? That's what this card's saying. It's like, what do you love to do? Surrender to that message. It's going to soften you to love. You're going to pave a new path. Along the way, you're going to learn. You're going to be in Earth School. This is going to continue for you to think big. And you're going to heal yourself while you do it. Beautiful message, isn't it? Beautiful. And yeah, these cards are beautiful. We're blooming. Spring's on us. I know that's something to also remember is I've been doing some research, and they used to, way back in ancient times, they only used to identify two seasons, summer and winter. Fall and spring are actually transitionary times, so that's why things are so tumultuous. Think about it. It snows, so what do you have? You have water and ice crystals that are falling and then staying, and that holds vibration on the ground. And so as spring comes, it kind of like melts that snow and allows that energy to kind of release. And then in the fall, think about it, it goes from being really hot to colding and hardening. So you have a bunch of energy that's going to become kind of like almost stagnant, or is going to stay there. And then as the winter comes, it gets recycled in it, and that's kind of like the flow. You got winter and summer, right? However you want to put it. And then spring and fall. But it's just right. So I think that's all I have for you guys today. Yeah, the energy's kind of like dead in and out now, and my computer's just does something weird. So yeah, time to go and fall and surrender into Mother Earth and kind of meditate for myself. Infinite love, infinite light, and infinite movement. Share this if you feel called to. Drop a comment below if you want to start a conversation. Check out my Instagram at quantumunicorn369. I also have a blog that I'll link below if you're interested in healings or coachings. I do donation-based work, so don't be afraid to hit me up, because I'm just human at the end of the day, and I'm shedding light and guiding you just as I shed light and guide myself, my friends. So yeah, thank you. Love you.